Hello friends, welcome to my channel. As we all know, in recent times, tomato has become a luxury item in Nigeria. So today I'll be making the viral cucumber stew, Sapa edition. Guys, the concept for this video is, can we make a meal with urgent 2k in our current economy? Stand by, let's test it out. With this vision in mind, I entered market. As I see this woman like this, I come on, I do like say I don't know what in tomato be. Here's what I was able to buy with the money. I paid 500 naira for these two small cucumbers, as small as they are. And then for the four medium onions, I paid 200 naira. The three eggs, I paid 500. For the single use condiments, I paid 100 naira each for the curry and thyme. I paid 200 for the tomato paste, 50 naira each for the double cube stock cube, and 150 for the small bag of salt. I paid 200 naira each for the single use sachet of cooking oil. That's 400. For this small derica of short grain Nigerian rice, I paid 750. Imagine, just this small thing. I paid 500 for a mixture of shomba and fresh pepper. The quantity of the groceries in relation to the price is not encouraging at all. I spent a total of 3,500. Pause the screen to view the shopping list. This is the cucumber washed, peeled and deseeded. Then this is the pepper mix along with the onions peeled and ready for blending. I blended the cucumber. This is what came out, and I put it through a strainer to separate the pulp from the water. This is the difference. Guys, you won't believe this is 190 ml of oil looks like, so tiny. From the two sachets I bought, 45 ml each, I poured it in this pan and proceeded to put it on fire so that it could get heated up. After this, I added the sliced onions into it and let it fry till it became fragrant. I proceeded to add the tomato paste into it, and I just tried to break it down in the pan till it became one coherent sauce. This is just me breaking down the tomato paste to incorporate it very well into the oil. After this, I added the pepper and onion, blended pepper and onion into the frying sauce. I'm stirring to avoid burning and also to let it cook through for a bit. This process took about anywhere between 3 to 5 minutes to get it cooked to a consistency I was okay with. I proceeded to add the curry. I added the full packet. It was a little too much for me because I'm not really a condiment person. I added the half of the curry powder into it. I later went in and added a little more. Like I said earlier, I'm not really a condiment person. The time threw me off a little bit. It was a bit too much for my taste buds, but you do you. Please, if you ever try this out, let me know in the comment section. Engage with me, like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more things like this. Thank you. So I added the seasoning cubes one at a time and checked for taste. You add according to what tastes good to you. It wasn't doing it for me, so I went in off camera to add a second cube. I also added the salt to taste off camera. Then I rinsed out my blender with the cucumber water. That water we strained out from the cucumber. I do not want any part of these ingredients to go to waste after having to spend more than I bargained for on this meal. I added in some leftover roughly chopped onions for texture since we have limited protein, and I let that simmer and cook down till the onions were tender but still crunchy. I hope that makes sense. Then I turned off the heat. I added the strained cucumber to the pot. I had to do that off camera because I wasn't really using my tripod and I needed to balance things out. So this is what the cucumber yielded. This is what it yielded. So tiny. If I could do this again, I would have probably added one more cucumber to it because it turned out a little bit too spicy for my palate eventually. However, it was a good first try, and definitely it was something that could be eaten. I stirred in the cucumber into the pot. I already put off the heat. I covered the pot to allow residual cooking to gently break down the cucumber, and this went on for like 5 minutes. So after 5 minutes, this is what our stew looks like. I put it back on fire to season, add more seasoning, adjust my seasoning, cross my eyes and dot my T's, make it well seasoned to my taste. I used this method of cooking because I wanted the freshness of the cucumber to shine through eventually. I still wanted to taste that freshness that cucumber brings. After putting it back on fire, I added some of the cucumber water to loosen up the stew a little bit because at this point it had thickened up a bit and I just wanted it to be a little bit loose and for the cucumbers to cook down a little further. I also did my taste adjustments. I added seasonings that needed to be added, and at this point our food is pretty much ready. I decided to add a little bit more water because the stew was still not to the consistency I wanted. This whole time I had boiled the rice as well on another burner. I also boiled the eggs along with the rice and they were done. I had peeled the eggs already. They were sitting off to the side. I added the boiled eggs to the stew to let it infuse on low heat for 3 minutes. And guys, our food is ready. Let's see how many people it can feed. If you have followed up to this point in the video, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for sitting with me through this experiment. And if this is something you'd like to see, please consider subscribing, like the video, leave a comment. Tell me if you made this stew, if you made this meal, how it went for you, how much you spent. Engage in the comment section. Also check out my Instagram handle. It is to be somewhere at the bottom of the screen. Thank you very much. Let's get back into the video. This is after 3 minutes. Our stew is looking good and ready to go. So I was just stirring everything, making sure the eggs were well infused with the stew so that it won't be tasteless. It will have at least some coating of seasoning on it. Guys, this is what the rice yielded. I told you previously that I had already boiled the rice. This is what it yielded. A full pot, a small pot though, but it was full of white fluffy rice. So guys, I'm going to enjoy this off camera with the people around. Let's just see what it tastes like. Like I said earlier, the cucumber is fresh, so the freshness comes through because of the way I cooked it and added it in last. However, it was a little bit too spicy for my taste. Guys, I don't really eat pepper like that, even though I'm a Nigerian. I was able to serve 3 plates of food. One was stored in a cooler because we're only 2 at home at the moment. This can definitely feed a small family of 3. Bye.